My name is Matt Conley. I'm an engagement manager with Automation Alley. And here today I have with me Ken Milbocker, Vice President of Global Inspection Services over at United Technical Solutions, Inc. Ken, how are you today?
Good, Matt. How are you?
Doing just fine here. Thank you for being here. Welcome. So, Ken, I called you here today in order to pick your brain a little bit on United Technical Solutions and your role with disruptive technologies. You ready to jump into some questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So, Ken, starting here, who is United Technical Solutions? What is your company all about?
Well, United Technical Solutions is a engineering and consulting based company first. And over time, as the company grew, we seen the need for laboratory testings, material testings, and as well as inspection and NDT needs as well. So we're basically a company that does, is a one-stop shop for all things welding and joining and materials testing.
Okay. All right. And NDT, that's non-destructive testing, correct?
That is correct.
So, Ken, I know that in Industry 4.0, there's a huge push right now for additive manufacturing being adopted, the maturation of these technologies in modern production. So do tell, how does United Technical Solutions expertise with non-destructive testing play into additive manufacturing?
Well, it should and it could play in additive manufacturing. It's obviously it's a newer process, inherent process that has its challenges like any other process. But it needs to be involved in a way that designers and engineers can understand how it can be involved for critical applications that such as aerospace components. Understanding the criticalness of that application and utilizing NDT in a manner that could be useful to that apparatus or that component, and being able to explore different NDT techniques that could be meaningful for the inspection of that component.
We're talking about techniques. I know there are a lot of different materials that play into additive manufacturing, right? So how are your non-destructive testing processes applicable to the different materials? Is it applicable to the different materials that are used? I know there's things like metal alloys as well as a lot of plastics and polymers.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the tough part as well with the introduction of new materials because of the additive manufacturing processes. There's some unknowns out there, and that's another thing too that should be explored is, okay, can this part be, for instance, ultrasounded? Well, I've never heard of that polymer before, or that admixture that was used to 3D print this component. We would have to go to the drawing boards then or a specification if there was one available, and create standards and prove out the inspection process. It's a lot more convenient to be able to do that up front, to be able to say, okay, let's look at this part in raw form and create a standard, otherwise known as like an artificial defect within the standard, and prove that the inspection technique is valid and can find those flaws that might be inherent to the part.